put a pin in it, Vanessa. It's my new favorite saying. Let's welcome the First Lady of Ring of Honor, First Lady of Wrestling, Maria Kanellis-Bennett. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenal. I've had a very busy day. I had a job interview at 1,
Oh,
and then a special little putting you over episode here. So I'm really
oh
pumped about it. Yes.
well.
Um, First Lady of Ring of Honor, First Lady of Wrestling, also on the board of directors at Ring of Honor. Made a huge announcement, the 19th anniversary, which was supposed to be made, I believe, the first time around, if I'm mistaken, before COVID came. I think, I don't know, but the women's tournament for the World Championship. What did it mean to make that announcement, and what can we expect to see in that tournament?
So making the announcement was for me personally, it was coming back into the world of wrestling
Correct.
after being gone because of COVID and getting released from WWE. And so coming back in, it was like a nice period on a sentence to say, I'm back and this is what I'm doing. But on a greater scale, it's incredible to have women back in Ring of Honor, to have a division that is now growing, and is going to be an incredible division by the time it's all put together and the pieces are put in place. And then to have this tournament to crown a new women's champion is just kind of like the exclamation point on it.
Correct.
Like a beautiful launching point.
That's a great transition, Vanessa. Almost like we would have planned it, but we don't. Speaking of transition, so we have Ring of Honor Wednesday, Women's Wednesday. It's been going on for 2 weeks, I believe. And phenomenal stuff. We saw Maxie Impaler, Hyan, Laney Luck, who we've had on here, rok-c, who we've had on. And then yesterday, Vita Von Star and I can't pronounce it. I'm going to botch her name. Sumi Sakai, maybe?
That's correct.
Look at that. So we know this is women's wrestling for Ring of Honor on Wednesdays. You gave a golden ticket to rok-c, well deserved. She's going to be in the tournament. Is this planting the seeds for like a full women's show of wrestling, or will this be done after the tournament?
It should be done after the tournament. I'm hoping it's going to be done after the tournament. It all depends on COVID and protocols and things such as that. Because of how our tapings are set up right now, we have more of a limited amount of time that we can be taping. So I'm hoping as restrictions are lifted, we'll have more time for things like this. This is basically just finding the talent out there that are going to be in the tournament and eventually in the women's division. So this is like just a snack compared to what the women's division is going to truly be.
Excellent. How many women are going to be in the tournament? It's going to be 2, 4, 6, an 8-woman tournament, 16-woman tournament?
So I don't think I've announced it officially. So I'm not going to, I don't think I'm going to give specifics, but what I am going to say is it's going to be a good number. We're giving as much dedication to the women's tournament as we did the pure tournament.
Excellent. Phenomenal return to the pure tournament. Ring of Honor itself, us personally here at Putting You Over, we ramped up a lot of our interviews during this pandemic. I'm looking to see if my daughters are coming running down here, but they're not. It's hard to break away. Well, you have 2 children, so you understand the concept of breaking away. So big props to my wife for even allowing me to do this. But the pure tournament was a great return for Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, to me, has gone above and beyond during this pandemic. I mean, I came to learn their professionalism, what they did for the talent during this time, amazed me. I can't remember exactly who. I think it was one of the bouncers said that Ring of Honor still paid the talent for what they missed during that time. I mean, that's the loyalty there is unreal.
Yeah, it is. And you can feel it backstage too. I mean, the guys and the girls we're a family. We protect each other. We help each other out. So bye. See you.
Bye, Mike.
Make sure you fill their cups up with milk before you go. Okay, bye.
That's Ring of Honor parenting right there. Hashtag ROH.
My heart just
parenting.
exploded.
That's right. Now we can say we've had Mike Bennett on as well.
There you go.
We can make that claim. 2/3 of the kingdom.
So them taking care of the talent just shows what kind of company they are. The code of honor is real.
Yes,
it's not it's not fake made up bullshit. It's a real thing. And going into this tournament is we're looking at the person as a whole, the wrestler as a whole, and how they fit into Ring of Honor.
Talking a little more about the tournament in women's wrestling. When we talk women's wrestling, I know that Mick Foley recently tweeted, like, let's jump on this. We need a full show of women's wrestling. I've been standing behind that forever. Vanessa has as well. You commented on it. You just mentioned earlier how, if restrictions get let up and taping and stuff, maybe it can come to fruition. But a lot of people are saying, well, the women are just on YouTube. They're just on YouTube. So what does it really matter? What do you say to those people?
Well, the women are still on television as well. Yeah. They're represented through Quinn. They're also going to be represented next week with Angelina and with Quinn having a match. So we are gradually bringing back in these storylines. I never want the women's matches to just happen because it should be just a given or just we need to get the women on this show. No, it should be something that is valued and something that is built up to. So that's what we're in the process of now. Because otherwise you're just throwing women's matches out there because you feel like you have to.
Right.
Whereas we have plenty of talented women, and we will have more talented women that are coming into the company. I mean more people coming into the company. So when that happens and when this division is built, then we can move from that point and start having more consistent matches. Right now, because of the restrictions, we don't have a very big female roster.
Right.
So you can't have the same match every single week. And that's why we're having these women's matches on Wednesdays, to see who really fits in, with our group. So I've gotten that too. Why is it just on YouTube?
Right.
I think it's a plus because you can watch it anytime. You know exactly where to find it.
Yep.
And it's also something that, you can set your schedule to do every single week. So I think it's beneficial in that sense. But again, look at this time as more of a building than is what the final product is going to be.
I agree. And I'm watching it right now. I just watched Vita Von Star come out with the Righteous show woman, I guess. So good stuff. You mentioned more women coming in, more people coming in. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask. This tournament happens in the summer. What are the chances any of these recently released wrestlers that we have seen show up in this tournament?
Well, it's all about timing.
Yes, that's true. That is very true.
I mean, I've experienced it twice now with WWE, and you have your 90 days, and so you got to be very careful with that whole situation. So it's all depending on timing. Do I think they're all incredible? Of course, they're all amazing. I've worked with two of them on a consistent basis, and then Peyton and Billy, they're fantastic workers. They deserve the world. Not only can they wrestle, but they can just their promos and their their banter, so very good. But it's timing.
Yeah, for sure.
Chelsea Green has said multiple times she keeps throwing it out in the universe. I've never wrestled for Ring of Honor.
Oh yes, I'm getting the text messages.
We had this discussion, I think it was a couple nights ago. Like, for example, I'll use Mick Foley as my example. Mick Foley gets let go from the WWE. You can't use Mick Foley. Let's say Mankind gets let go. You can't use Mankind, but could you technically use Dude Love? So, in theory, could you technically use the Hot Mess? Because it's not Chelsea Green. I don't know. We had that discussion, but it's definitely timing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Some other women. What was that? Did someone say something? No? Must be hearing stuff. Must be Sumi Saki talking to me right here watching it. Anyways, I want to throw some. We've had a lot of women wrestlers on this show. We had rok-c, who you just gave the golden ticket to, or a ticket to gold. Billy Starks.
Mm-hmm. She's very young.
Very young.
Very young. And
yes.
I
Younger
don't
than
know.
Yeah. Rok-c, yeah.
I think she needs a few more years until a major company can really pick her up.
I agree. And she is young. She's younger than Rok-c. She did really well during WrestleMania weekend. She's going to be a star. But you're right. She needs reps and she needs companies. Davey N, New England wrestler. I don't know if you've heard of her. Mm-hmm. Vicious. I would like to see her in there. What about Lindsay?
Okay.
What's that?
Should I write these down?
Okay. Yes. We'll send it to you. Lindsay Snow. I'll book the whole. I'll book the whole tournament for you. Ashley Vox.
I know her too.
I'm really excited.
We just last night had Becca said that she would be interested. Scrunchy fan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm excited because
there's so many.
Being a wrestling fan, being a father of 3 daughters, I'm all into women's sports. I'm all into it. So I've fallen in love with women's wrestling, and it's great. And I'm really pumped about this. So you mentioned Angelina Love, the Allure, tried to show up and bully you around. That ain't gonna happen. You make the matches. You're on the board of directors. Quinn McKay is going to get her revenge from the attack on her in November. Is Quinn ready for this type of match with Angelina Love?
So Quinn's biggest asset right now is her integrity. When she says she's going to do something, she does it. So she's been working her tail off in the ring. She's been training in the gym. She's been studying matches. So Quinn is the type of person that when she says she's going to do something, she does it. And I'm sure that she will be ready physically. But when you stand across from the ring, when you stand across from someone like Angelina in that ring, of course, you're going to have your doubts. Mm-hmm. And it's whether or not she can overcome those, because Angelina is a 7-time champion. Yep. I mean, and hopefully Quinn knows that she's going to come into that kind of environment in the ring and gets her mind ready. I know that as a member of the board, we've made sure that she is preparing herself for this match. So I'm incredibly excited to see it. And I think it's been a long time coming. Yeah,
I can't wait. I'm excited. She does a phenomenal job, as the host of Ring of Honor, as the backstage. She puts, you can tell she's putting 110% into it. So I can't wait to see her. I didn't even know she ever had aspirations of getting in the ring, and then I had to backtrack and found out. So it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be fun stuff.
It is.
Is Ring of Honor? Ring of Honor's made this big return with the Pure Championship, kicked it off. Is it the best thing going that people don't know about? I'll tell you the feeling I get when I watch Ring of Honor on Mondays. I get a underground, a Fight Club feel. I get like I shouldn't be there watching, but I am. Somebody let me in. Mm-hmm. I don't know who it was. That gritty feel. Is that? I mean, that's Ring of Honor's like mission statement. Like that's what they're going for, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, I remember going back to probably, I think it was 2007, 2008 when I went to my very first Ring of Honor show. And I walked in and I'd only known about WWE. Yeah. I didn't know about any of the wrestling companies, and walk in the door and start hearing the crowd. And I remember feeling like I'm witnessing something special. And it's never changed since then. I mean, of course, like people come and go,
Yeah.
you know, that's except for the Briscoes. They are the staple of the company.
They are.
Um, but other than that, you know, yeah, people come and go, but the talent is always like the highest level. And I think it's because of that, that fighting spirit, not to be too cliche,
Right.
that really, it's that underground feel. That's what I want when I go to Ring of Honor. And somehow like miraculously, they were able to do it with no crowd.
Right.
So I can only imagine what it's going to be like when there's a crowd back. I'm afraid I'm going to forget that I'm actually supposed to be like working, and I'm just going to go and start like mosh pit hugging people because I am so excited to have a crowd back that I'm not going to know what to do with myself. But you still get that.
Yeah.
You do. And it is that Fight Club feel. It's that vibe that Ring of Honor has always had, but now in COVID time.
Yeah. It's great. It rekindled my love for Ring of Honor. You know, back in the day, I was all about it, and I had that same feeling for me back then. And for one reason or another, everyone falls in and out of love with wrestling. You know, I came back to it during COVID, and you know, it's just
it make you feel weird. So like I would watch some other stuff, and
Right.
I'm not going to name names, but I would feel weird. Like I was sad,
Yeah.
you know, like, and when I watch Ring of Honor, I'm not sad. I'm excited to be there. I feel like I'm witnessing something great, but it doesn't make me feel like it doesn't make me feel like we're in the middle of a pandemic. It makes
Right.
me feel like you said, like I'm in a fight club and this is cool.
Yeah.
Some of the other stuff, I was like, this just makes me depressed.
Right.
Like I don't like that.
Like a chore. Like it's a chore to watch it. And
Yeah, I feel bad for the guys because they're having no, I don't like that.
And yeah, and I don't know. It's just it's the talent that I've spoken to in Ring of Honor. The Shane Taylors, the bouncers, those guys are great. Tony Deppen, who just won the amazing championship victory for the TV title. It's just it's all great stuff. Your husband included.
Because like, you watch some of these young guys, and like Tracy, I seen him for years.
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden it's like, oh, all right.
Hello.
Tracy, okay. Like I think it's because Ring of Honor is so devoted to watching it play out.
Yeah.
That you're like on this journey with them, and you're like, yes, and I'll bring my buddies and we'll all go together and we're all going to be successful. And all of a sudden you have these huge stars. And at first you're kind of like, all right, Tracy. Oh, yeah. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just, you see these stars being born, and like, then it switches and then there's another one.
Yep.
It's so cool.
In the styles, like there's a lot of different styles. You got your lucha, you got your pure championship, you got your brawlers. So there's a little bit for everybody, but the underlying,
Who's just like,
he's just everywhere. I try not to speak his name. I'm afraid he's gonna come in and give me one of those kicks.
Yeah.
Intense stuff.
You know, so you're watching a match and like, you know, sometimes you kind of get the vibe of where it's going. Rouge, I'm always surprised. I'm like, all right, and then that's gonna happen. Okay, and it's just but I love it.
Yeah, and those Briscoes, I'll tell you, man, they are. I mean, like you said, they are a Ring of Honor, and they seem crazy, and they seem like they would be so much fun to be around. So.
Oh yes, I've gone out with them a few times, and yes. Good times have I all. But I have to say, like, when I watched the EC3 match, and the Code of Honor, and like, you get this feeling like, all right, now he is accepted into the group, like, and now you can be a part of us, and it's more than action, it's reality.
Yeah, for sure. Behind me right now, I have literally, you are giving your announcement for the Ticket to Gold to rok-c. So what was it about rok-c that because all those girls in that tag match were phenomenal. But what was it of rok-c that stood out that got that ticket to gold?
So rok-c hasn't been doing it too terribly long, but she's been doing it for a long time for her age.
Yeah.
And she knows who she is. She moves like a Deanna or like a Mickey. Just really, she knows where she's placing her feet in the ring. She knows she has such great ring awareness, and she only has room to grow from here.
Yeah.
She also is mature beyond her years.
Yes.
And the matches that I've seen her with Deanna, like there's a spark there, and I'm excited to see where she goes from there. It's also, we're adding to our division. So I thought she was the perfect one to add to the division right out the gate. Because we don't have anybody else that's like her.
Yeah.
So this is a good starting off point to where we're going.
Excellent. Yeah, I thought it was great. I think she's great. She does have an awesome head on her shoulders. Good background, good solid background in Booker T. So good stuff there. I do want to talk a little bit about your husband.
Yeah.
Him, first of all, his return was great in the way he showed up, looking dapper and debonair, running in and super kicking. Oh gosh, I don't remember. I want to say it was Vinny or Vincent, but I don't recall. So I know that Mike's got his Pure Championship maybe on the horizon. We know Matt Taven always has sights on the World Championship. But what I'm curious to know is, will we see the Kingdom, you, your husband, Taven, maybe show up in Wrestle Kingdom or something?
Well, it is named after us, so
It's true. Good point.
Or I like to say it is.
We can run with that. We'll run with that.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
That's what I tell Kevin Kelly. But so I think it's necessary since it was named after us. But right now we're like all working on our own things, but there's always like, it's like something shadowy in the side view where you're like, okay, it's there. Yep, still riding with me, but I'll get to it in a minute. So the Kingdom's always going to be there. And I want to work the boys again at some point. They have both matured a ton since the last time we all worked together. So it would be interesting to see that relationship. Even though when Mike and Matt get together, it's like two little kids. It's just ridiculousness ensues. So yes, I would love to do it again. I hope that it's in New Japan, because that's full circle for me.
Yeah. I look forward to it. It's great. Maria, I just want to say, we appreciate you coming on, giving us your time tonight. You have two kids. Vanessa's got children. I got children. It's hard to break away. We did it. We put over some women's wrestling. We put over Ring of Honor. We're at the end of the show. I'm going to give the mic to you. You can put over anything you want, plug anything you want. The floor is yours, and I will not interrupt.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Watch every Wednesday for Women's Division Wednesday on the Ring of Honor YouTube channel. It's at 7:00 Eastern. It's really great to see these new up-and-comers going against some of our veterans in Ring of Honor. It's new content every single week. We're also going to continue giving out Ticket to Golds, which is my favorite thing that I do, is to see these girls react, because this is the first time they're hearing about it. And for me, when they show up to the Zoom, some of them are all done up and ready to go. Others that just came from the gym or whatever. So like, that is, my favorite thing that I do right now. It's exciting for these girls moving forward towards the tournament. Watch Ring of Honor Wrestling. You can catch me on Twitter. I retweet tons of Ring of Honor news, a lot of girls wrestling news, not even just with Ring of Honor, but just women's wrestling across the board. I'm a huge supporter of it. So my Twitter is Maria L. Kanellis. My Instagram is Maria Kanellis. I do have a Facebook page. I don't pay much attention to it, but it's official Maria Kanellis. If you like YouTube. But really exciting stuff moving forward. I'm so blessed to be handling such amazing talent. I just stand back sometimes and I'm in awe that this is my job now.
Awesome. And you're doing a great job at it. Maria, thanks for coming in. Enjoy your weekend and happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll be flying to Ring of Honor. So kiss those babies in the morning and get on that plane.
Yeah, a little kidless time. That's always good. We were saying that Mother's Day, all they love their kids. I get it, but they just want some peace and quiet. No more asking for snacks. So
the snacks.
Right?
I am a walking vending machine. It is insane.
I'm like, you just ate, child. We just ate.
We just ate. Oh, and drink. Yeah. I'm with my 1-year-old because he's starting to say a few things, but he mostly just growls at me, which is hilarious. But yeah, I'm waiting for when he starts asking for snacks too. And I'm just like, I want like a tool belt that just has all the things, and I'm just like whipping them out like I'm like a 6-gun shooter or something. And maybe I'll patent that.
Just wait. The second one is the crazier one. So my 3-year-old, she just helps herself in the fridge to everything. And she like will pull like a liter pickle jar. She'll just carry it up the stairs and put it down and say pickles. Like she just does it all herself.
Oh my God. My son is a beast. He like just pushes stuff over all the time.
Yep.
And then my daughter is like, she's now discovered herself in the mirror. So she's doing this. And I was like, oh no. Do I do that? Oh no.
That's you, Maria.
Oh no. I'm like, oh no, what am I teaching this child? Like they're amazing though. They are the greatest blessings in the world. Thank God that I have them. They make me better at my job. And it's incredible. Being a parent is like the most exhausting thing, but the best.
For sure. You're telling exactly. Well, it's been an actual honor to speak to you. So I appreciate it. And as I said, happy Mother's Day and have a great weekend.
Thank you. You guys too.
Yep. Bye.
Happy Mother's Day. Bye.
Awesome. Great stuff.
Thank you.